How's everybody doing? All right, so I got a lot to talk about today. A lot to talk about. I'm on my actual phone today. All right, so I'm gonna flip this around. Oh wait, now it just popped up on here. Hold on. All right, there we go. Let's go. All right. So I have a lot of things to really talk about today. Today is gonna be a crazy day for the news. I'm not gonna lie, as a lot has came out of NATO's mouth and a lot has came out of Russia's mouth in response to what NATO was saying. Now, NATO have put out that they're ready to fight to the last Ukrainian because if Ukraine gets defeated, NATO gets defeated. That's what was said out of Jens Stoltenberg's mouth. If Ukraine gets defeated, NATO gets defeated. Russia took that as NATO openly admitting that they're in the war, that they are supplying Ukraine, they are part of the war, and they're willing to, destroy the Russian army um, to meet their own agendas. So now Biden put out this speech today, and I wasn't aware that he was supposed to make a speech about him in the White House was supposed to make a speech about Russia and China, but they marked Russia as a full-on adversary and said they're an immediate threat, and then said that China is our biggest competitor right now. This is all coming out today. I'm about to show all this. I have everything on my phone. I was ready for a TikTok live, but I was like, man, by the way things are breaking today, my TikTok live would have definitely overread this one. All right, let's get through this. So I'm gonna go to my other website on the news because that's where I found a lot of this stuff. And they're saying we're on the verge of nuclear war for sure. The United States and NATO's about to do nuclear drills right by Russia. Oh wow, North Korea, here they go. That just broke. North Korea air launches 150 planes in rare large-scale drill. 150 planes? Damn. Okay. They were talking about North Korea too today, saying that Biden's focused on Russia, but he's not addressing the issue from North Korea because Kim Jong Un just said that he was simulating nuclear attacks on South Korea. So yeah, it's about to get crazy, guys, and we're about to start simulating nuclear attacks on Russia and Belarus. That's going to be this week. So NATO has drills this week. The UK has a version of these drills, and then they have drills outside the coast of Russia, and these are going to be live fire drills. These are going to be with nuclear planes, and they're going to be simulating attacks on Russia, nuclear attacks. So right now, NATO is showing that they're not playing either, and both sides are feeding themselves into a war with each other. Russia has already warned that this is dangerous, and they finally blamed somebody for the pipelines today, which they've been doing it, but as you can see on here, they're also blaming Bulgaria. Bulgaria is a NATO member, so they're saying that this truck came from Odessa and Bulgaria, Georgia, Armenia, and came into Russia or Crimea and completely blew up the bridge. So that means that NATO is getting blamed for sabotaging the Crimea bridge. This is getting ridiculous. I have a lot on here. Biden is refusing to meet Putin. They're supposed to be talking about Brittany Griner, and they need to be talking now about avoiding nuclear war, but they're cutting communications with each other. They're cutting communications with each other big time. And then, like I said earlier, I'm trying to show the ones that I have on here already because I was ready to go live on TikTok. So I saved it all on my phone. Biden's national security strategy focuses on China and Russia at democracy at home. So he said that this strategy is going to fully focus on Russia, deterring Russia, restraining Russia. How do you restrain somebody that don't want to be restrained? Biden warns China is the most consequential challenge for the United States in a decisive decade. Why? Because they're working with Russia, and people are about to figure out that we're at war with both right now. As Taiwan is warning that China's about to declare a hybrid war on them. Yeah, a lot has come out today, man. This shit's about to get wild. Um, right here, a NATO senior has spoken today, a senior official. He said Russian nuclear strike likely to provoke a physical response, NATO official says. He said this today. Now they're coming out more and more and saying what they're going to do. As you guys seen, the White House has kind of been avoiding the question. They're like, "Hey, what you gonna do if Russia drops a nuke in Ukraine?" They're like, they just avoid the question. Like, it'll be severe consequences. Don't test it out. It'll be severe consequences. But no, I already know what will happen because they said it'll be a united response. Now, NATO also says something today regarding the pipeline and said that sabotaging members' infrastructure could induce Article 5. That came out of Jens Stoltenberg's mouth today. Now, they're investigating. They haven't blamed Russia yet. Now, a couple NATO members have blamed Russia, but the full alliance ain't in an agreement that it's Russia. I might have said Article 5. Oh, not Article 4. But yeah, they are. If they blame Russia, how much you want to bet that there's going to be another strike on Russia's infrastructure? Right here, NATO chief. Hybrid and cyber attacks can trigger Article 5. Oh, so what about the cyber attacks on our airport? I didn't even know that either. And then this is the one I was talking about. NATO warns of Russian sabotage on Western targets could trigger Article 5. If a defense clause was activated, the alliance members would consider sabotage attack on them. So an attack on one would be an attack on all. So that would be a Russian attack on Poland and Germany. There's another thing that I have to show today. There was another leak found in the Polish pipeline. Let me put in the Poland leak and see if that comes up. But yes, there was another leak found today, and they're not calling this sabotage yet, but they're saying it's unusual. Yep, right here. Pipeline leak reduces Russian oil flows to Germany. Poland assumes Russia oil leak is probably an accident. Not much is coming out on it right now. Well, like I said, they're not blaming anybody yet, but there's another leak going on. This is making me think that there's a shadow war happening right now that they're not talking about. The United States is getting hacked by Russia, or cyber attacked, and their submarine is missing. They're deploying nuclear weapons on the border with Finland. They're deploying nuclear weapons close to Ukraine and Kherson. They're deploying tens of thousands of personnel from the Chechen and Bulgaria. Not Bulgaria. Belarus. Belarus. Them and Belarus are mobilizing right by Kiev, right north of Ukraine, and on the Polish border. I have to stress that because Belarus put out a warning yesterday. Wait till you see this. Hold on, I might have to go on DuckDuckGo on this one. This is why I wanted to go live on TikTok, but I'm like, man, today is one of those days I will get banned because it's that bad on the news right now. Watch this. This came out of the Belarusian president's mouth. Right here. Here it is. They're saying, oh wait, no, not this one. Not this one. I want to go to a better source. He was saying that NATO could is planning a nuclear attack on Belarus and Russia. It came out of his mouth yesterday. He said NATO is planning conventional and nuclear attacks on Belarus and Russia. And when I saw that, I was like, "Oh shit! Is this the one?" Contemplating possible aggression against Belarus. Let's see. I agree. We'll together to discuss your proposals in the spirit of our security. We have determined what else needs to be done in order to bolster the security of our country, take into account the rapidly changing situation. Will directly be in a special military operation in Ukraine's territory being cultivated in the West. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is being said that Belarus is going to be involved in it. Belarus has been denying it. They are supposed to carry out acts of sabotage, terrorist attacks, and organize a military mutiny in Belarus. It is becoming an immediate threat, taking into account the desire of Polish government to rattle even nuclear weapons. It is not simply a threat anymore. It is a danger for the defensive ability of our country. Maybe before this he talked about that is a little bit about it, but he literally said that they were threatening nuclear attacks on Belarus and Russia, and I'm like, what? Oh hell no, that's not in the American media at all. Hold on, maybe I should put it up here. In Russia, let's try that. That should work. Is this the? Oh no, this is July 12th. This one's old. Nope, that one's old. Damn, now they don't want to pop it up. I had this. I got this on my phone for sure. I know it's on my phone. Belarus deploys troops with Russia near Ukraine. We know that. Oh yeah, NATO did call on Belarus to stop being involved in the war because Russia's using. Oh god, I'm scared. Oh, don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Just be prepared, man. That's all. I don't want to scare people on here. I know it's bad right now. It is really, really bad right now. But don't be scared. This is bound to happen. there's nothing we can do about this. They want to fight each other. What we gonna do? Say no? I mean, if we stand up, they're gonna shut us down. There's not much we can do but pray and hope that this turns into a peaceful situation. Usually, I would say stand up, but these days, if you stand up, your government starts shooting at you. Your government starts saying you're a terrorist, and I don't want that. I don't want innocent people to get harmed. So I'm not going to say that. But fight for what you believe in for sure. I want to find this article though. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it on here. Cause I know I saved a lot of articles between yesterday. Oh yeah, Moldova is urging their citizens to cut their electricity use as well because Russia hit through all the most of the infrastructure in Ukraine. 30% of Ukraine is in the dark. They have no power. 30%. And this is where Ukraine changed. Now this is why I'm saying that this is NATO versus Russia day one. Ukraine is done. I'm going to put it out there right now. Ukraine is going to be done. Russia is about to start hitting more infrastructure, about to start shutting all this shit down and going. It's about to go into a full blown war. Now y'all about to see the difference between when Russia was fighting before and about to be fighting now. Ukraine is done for. NATO is about to step in though. So if the people was hoping for NATO to step in and for all this stuff to spiral out of control and go into a full blown nuclear war, then you're probably getting your wish. Because NATO is definitely about to step into this. Because now they have a false flag of the nuclear pipeline, and they also have the attack on the Crimean Bridge. So Russia and NATO are both confirming that they're at war with each other because NATO is saying they're not going to back down from Ukraine, while Russia's saying they're not going to back down from this war. And they will hit outside of Ukraine. This is the thing, guys. The politicians have been giving us the warning, and Putin's camp wants them to nuke us. And we're fucking with that heavy right now. His camp wants him to push that button. They've been calling for it. Medvedev, Lavrov is now all of them are saying we're in war. Even Putin himself. They're all saying we're at war already. So now the United States, as of today, has a national security plan aimed at Russia and China because they know they're threats to our national security. They know they can hit inside the United States if they wanted to. They have hypersonics. They got space weaponry just like us. They got submarines just like us. They got fucking drones. Yeah, if y'all think Russia was going all out in Ukraine, you are badly mistaken. They were trying to prove a point, yes. But no, they were saving all the heavy shit for NATO. Because a NATO and Russian war would destroy the planet. Hey, what's always been said. If they ever went to war, it will be Armageddon. Because they know they're going to use all those nukes, all those chemical and biological weapons, all on the humans, that just want freedom and want to live in peace. They're going to use all those weapons, cause havoc all over the world. So while y'all are over there judging Russia, just know that the United States and NATO are about to be doing the same thing. Wiping people from the face of the earth. That's why I say all these governments are evil. I stick with that. Zelensky's literally calling for nuclear strikes on Russia, on their infrastructure, on their nuclear sites before they even nuke Ukraine. That doesn't sound human, because I know Russia would retaliate on NATO. Vladimir Putin would be assassinated if he didn't make a move after such an attempt, such an attack. You think they're going to be there? Oh gosh, you got us. You got us. No, they're going to stab him in the back. They're going to hit right back. Oh man. But anyways, it's been heavily said that Russia could launch nukes from Belarus because then NATO would retaliate on Belarus, but that would still be a Russian and NATO war. There's hella Russian troops in Belarus, and there's hella Russian infrastructure in Belarus. And NATO would also step into Ukraine, which they're already doing. They're already got troops on the ground. They've already admitted to sending troops into Ukraine to train them and teach them how to use certain weapons. They also train them on their own territories like the UK, Germany, and stuff. But they're putting out the message, guys. And if you're not listening right now, this is uh this is about to get out of hand. We probably only got a little bit of time left. I'm about to put it out there because I can hear it in our politician's voice, and I can hear it in our president, and I can hear it in the Russian Duma. I can hear it in the Polish military. I can hear it in Finland. Look at this. Watch. Finland came out yesterday and said that all their residents need to get iodine pills because there could be a nuclear disaster. And guess what? They sold out. And now the government's trying to calm it down and say, "Hey, no, no, don't buy them all up. It's not an imminent disaster." Like, come on, dude. If Finland even asking their citizens to buy iodine or iodide, right here, iodine pills shorter supply after Finland's updates of guidelines. Wow. Let me see if they actually got the ones with them telling them. Yep, here it is. Finland updates its recommendation on iodine procurements in case of a nuclear accident. A nuclear accident. Yeah, okay. Yeah, this would be a nuclear accident, right? Because y'all don't want this nuclear war. Y'all don't want to tell y'all people. Y'all don't want to get them ready. But y'all know Russia's serious because y'all obviously handing out iodide pills and you're telling your residents to get ready. We had a New York PSA over here in the United States who is fucking in the middle of two large oceans. We have two large oceans. Who the fuck's gonna come over here? But we got a nuclear PSA on telling residents what to do in a nuclear attack. So tell us more about what can happen on this direction to war with Russia that we're going to. Please tell us more. Because I'm sure the residents would like to listen and would like to be prepared. But guess what? Somebody came out yesterday. I think her name is Tulsi Galbert. But she came out with a warning, and she's like, "Watch, when we were in Hawaii and there was a missile attack, they said there was going to be a missile attack. They said go take shelter, and we realized immediately there was no shelter. Like everybody realized that really fast. Like, where did they go? That's how America's going to be when they say, hey, we got a nuclear attack coming to the United States." Go take shelter. People gonna be hiding in their basements, and then the people that don't got basements gonna be like, "Oh shit, where do I go?" Even the people in the basements ain't safe. That's gonna be everyone's, natural place to go, because that's what they were taught. Hey, hide in the basement, or go under a sturdy building, or go into the middle. But we got no shelters, guys. You got to find an old Cold War shelter, and it might not even be close to where you stay. So, I already told you guys this war is not going to be declared. This is going to be an undeclared war. Y'all got the best declaration of war that y'all could get. And that's Putin saying, hey, we're at war with NATO. And NATO saying, hey, we're going to go down to the last Ukrainian. That shows that this conflict ain't gonna end unless Ukraine wins or Ukraine loses. And you know what that means? An expansion of the war. If Ukraine wins, Russia's going to use nukes. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. They're all saying it. It's all in your face. Russia's going to go to nukes. And I don't think they're going to nuke Ukraine. I mean, unless, NATO nukes them, they're like, oh, right, there's already radiation going through Russia. Then boom, then we can hit Ukraine. But I don't see them hitting Ukraine. I see them hitting NATO because NATO is heavily involved in this war, as they've been saying over and over. We're at war with NATO. Oh, in fact, we're so at war, they're talking about us attacking our satellites. Hold on, I forgot about that. I have that article too. Hold on, I forgot about that. That came out yesterday as well. Wait till you see this. This was yesterday, so I could put past day on this. Damn, they're trying to really hide all this shit. Uh, Russia yesterday said they were going to attack. They should start attacking NATO satellites. I'm trying to see different ways I could put this in. Uh, Damn, they're hiding everything now. Oh, and Russia attacked that Germany diplomat with the constellation, I think it's called. That is a major act of war right there as well. A lot of people wasn't talking about that, and they also found a place housing NATO troops that they attacked the day before yesterday when they did that all-out blitz on Ukraine. Like I said, Europe is about to be on fire. Putin is giving Europe one last warning. They can take the gas or not. I really want to find this article because this was true, but I can't. Now it don't want to come up. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it on here. I took a lot of screenshots from yesterday. And I have a lot of news that I'm going to be putting on TikTok, guys. So I'm going to post them on YouTube too, because this needs to get out on both ends. But right here, Stoltenberg's comments are confirmation that NATO is fighting in Ukraine. That's what Russia said on Wednesday, which is today. That was one of the ones I wanted to show y'all, and I want to show y'all the one about them talking about attacking. Oh yeah, as Ukraine get closer to victory, nuclear war gets closer to. Another thing coming out. Oh yeah, they're talking about deploying tactical nukes to South Korea because of North Korea's threats. That's another one I got to talk about on here. That's another one they're talking about on here. Oh yeah, if it's boring, yeah, you can definitely head out. I'm not trying to make it that way, but Putin has warned sabotaging Western targets could trigger retaliation from NATO as defensive bloc prepares for nuclear drills, doubles the number of warships in the Baltic Sea. Yes, they have 50 warships in the Baltic Sea now. That's going to be guarding and watching for Russia. Russia's missile attacks spark fears of nuclear war. Let's see. I'm trying to find the one about NATO satellites. NATO admitted it's at war with Russia. So that I got a couple on there talking about that. Oh, here it is. There it is. Space war. Russian official warns of space war. That's what I gotta look up. Space war. There we go. I found it. Told you I would get to. I got all that stuff on the phone. Warns of space war. Vladimir Putin could carry out attacks to wage war against the West in space, the head of the armed forces says. Russian governor warns of desire for revenge for the Crimean blast. And then there it is. Here's the one about them trying to blow up. So, Russia official warns of space war, wants to blow up NATO satellite constellation and disable HIMARS. Tempers in Russia are running high since the Kerch Bridge was blown up, allegedly by the Ukrainian forces. Following the attack on the Crimean Bridge, there has been a volley of missile strikes on Ukraine's capital in Kyiv. On October 10th, Russia rained down several missiles across Ukraine and bombed Kyiv in the first time in months since the troops retreated. At least 14 people were killed in the bombardment that struck civilian neighborhoods, cutting off power and water and destroying buildings. Yes, Ukraine is in hell right now. Zelensky said they literally feel like they're wiping them from the face of the earth. But the official calls for the destruction of satellite network, which in his opinion carries out reconnaissance operations and coordinates missile attacks by the Ukrainian troops on Russian territories. The official is notorious for making provocative statements. Earlier, he had called for the total mobilization of military-aged males in Russia, which that wasn't too far-fetched because now they're doing a partial military operation, which can have up to 1.2 million soldiers, which a lot of people ain't looking into that. It is worth blowing out the NATO satellite constellation, which is currently used by the Ukrainian troops for reconnaissance and guidance of missile strikes with the help of HIMARS, MLRS, and the Kherson and Zaporizhia regions, as well as the DPR and the LPR. Wow. So they want to blow out NATO satellites, and he's a Russian official. He's actually in the Duma. That's the problem. Like I said, all their lawmakers want to go to war with us. They want to nuke us. And this is about to happen, guys. Putin, you think Putin ain't thinking this right now? Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, they are helping in the war. There, we already know how the Defcon levels are looking. The estimated Defcon levels 2, 2, 3. They're all 3 and below, which is really bad. Really fucking bad. That means the world is on edge right now. Anything can happen. Miscommunication. Accidental, maybe Russia strikes where NATO's doing their nuclear drills because they feel like that's a threat to their country. That can happen right now. And NATO knows. This is why they keep saying, Russia, you can't win a nuclear war, because they know if they go to war with Russia, it's going to be nuclear. Everybody has been saying that over and over and over. If Russia and NATO goes to war, it will be nuclear. There's no other way for it to be fought because Russia will get their asses kicked. Conventionally. But if they hit our infrastructure, this is not being said, the United States can do a preemptive strike on Russia. If they hit our infrastructure, and I wonder if that means NATO's infrastructure too, that we could do a preemptive strike on Russia. That's going out of people's mind. They're thinking Russia, Russia, Russia right now. But the United States and NATO could definitely hit Russia first. But to the point, they're buying iodine pills in Finland right now. I'm just like, wow, dude, what the f? It's really bad. That means they're worried. Everybody's worried right now, and nobody here appreciates or even gives attention to how severe it is right now. But yeah, they're talking about blowing up NATO satellites. That's ridiculous. That's probably one of the worst that I've already heard come out. I mean, I know they're talking about attacking Alaska. They asked to annex the United States, which I was showing that yesterday. I'm like, what? And now more countries are, I mean, more sources are talking about it. Russia invites the United States to cede and join the country, to join Russia. This is a lawmaker. This dude works in the Duma, and he's asking to for states to go independent and become part of Russia. How much you want to bet one of the first states they would want to go after is Alaska if they, go through with this? All right. As far as today, I'm about to go to the main site that I usually go to, and then I'll check and see if there's anything new on 24/7 War News. But I'm gonna put in military. If you ever look it up as 24/7 War News, look it up as military. It will show you the world military, or it will show you military news. Both of these are good. I usually go to the military news, and it will show me all the international news of what's going on in the military around the world. To be to be in time for 3 hours, the United States is going to use shuttles for transfer of troops. Oh boy, transfer of troops where? This is on the Russian media though. The Pentagon has signed an agreement with Solar Space, developer of Dream Chaser Shuttle Runner, to create a reusable spacecraft and military transport missions. Wait, so like from space? Deploying troops from space? Bro, that is crazy. The Dream Space Chaser space glider was supposed to be created in a passenger and cargo versions. Designers carefully studied the American space shuttle, which stopped flying in 2011 and even visited Russia, where they were introduced with the BOR 4 reusable space aircraft project. The Dream Runner, outwardly almost a complete copy of it. Wow, that's crazy. Can you imagine seeing somebody coming from space to literally land on your territory? Like what the hell? Oh hell no. Now we talk about some Star Wars stuff. Yeah, we're in the future, all right. This is the 21st century. Yes, the United States don't even know what to do with Saudi Arabia, guys. If they cut them off, guys, we're fucked on oil and gas for sure. As far as Saudi Arabia and the UAE, if we really have to cut them off and go to the point where we're dragging the DAD systems out there, the Patriot systems, grabbing all our troops out of there, yeah, man, they're gonna go straight to Russia. You better get the gas and stuff that you can right now. Prepare right now before the world starts to wake up to this. Because once it's on the news, guys, it's going to be hell. Once it comes on the news that we're going to be, close to World War III, or we're going to run out of gas, or we're going to run out of water or food, the world's going to go freaking crazy. And you won't be able to grab anything because everybody then already grabbed it. All right, I'm gonna do like I did earlier. So I know Jens Stoltenberg made out a speech today, and I told y'all yesterday his speech already pissed Russia off. And today, with him vowing to give Ukraine defense systems, I know that puts them off even more. As it says right here, the United States and other NATO allies are rushing to get their air defense systems to Ukraine after Russia did that horrible attack on Ukraine, hitting all their infrastructure and all that, which we already knew was coming after they hit the Crimean Bridge. This is going to be Now, these are also going to be going after the suicide drones. So basically, NATO is going to be giving Ukraine defense missiles or defense systems to counter the Iranian drones that's in the country. Russian forces have used missile and drones to strike Ukrainian cities over the past 2 days. The United States and other NATO allies have in turn stepped up efforts to send Ukraine air defense systems. Among those air defense systems is the IRIS-TSLM and the NASAMs, which I think they're also going to, they're talking about the ATACMS as well, guys. The Pentagon has been really wary at that, like really nervous about giving Ukraine those weapons because it can hit into Russia. But I think they're going to eventually break because this is turning into a different kind of war. The more brutal Russia gets, the more brutal NATO is going to be defending Ukraine. And of course, the top of the top, let me show y'all this again. Because this is coming out the Russians' mouth. So y'all got to think of the mindset of the Russians of what they're going to do next. Hopefully, if this loads. That's not working at all. Of course, that's not one to work now. But it was a story about NATO admitting that they're at war with Russia. It's coming out again. Yeah, that one don't want to load now. NATO's also getting ready to strike Belarus. I want to show that article as well. I wonder if I have it, if I could at least show the version off my phone about NATO preparing to do nuclear strikes on Russia and Belarus. That's a serious one right there as well. Oh yeah, Sweden is not going to provide Russia with any information on the pipeline at all. So they're not even, going to give them because I guess their doctor refuses them to give out information like that. So they're like, yeah, we can't give you anything, what we find or anything. So they're being really secretive about the pipeline. And then this one also says that the Pentagon speeds up shipping of air defense systems for Ukraine after Biden's promise. NATO plans to fly nuclear-capable aircraft in the annual deterrence exercises that will be by Russia. That will be right by Russia after Russia gave the nuclear threat. Now, attack on NATO energy supplies would provoke a united and determined response to alliance chief vows. Article 5. Which all of the other ones are saying Article 5. Some of these will dumb it down for people, but yeah, it'd be Article 5. Finland told the households they should stock on the iodine tablets for 40 and under. Even got an age group, 40 and under. And then they ran out. After they told the people to stock up, they ran out. So get your iodide tablets now. Potassium iodide tablets now. Get yours before your government tries to give you the rundown versions of them, the ones that don't help you. Go get those now. Because if you don't, and they go and buy up and say, hey, everybody, we got iodide pills because there could be a nuclear disaster or a nuclear attack on the United States soil, and everybody runs to Amazon and buy them all up and run to your nearest pharmacy and buy them all up, then ain't gonna be nothing for you. So do it now before the panic buy. Because once the panic buy goes into effect, there's no stopping it. Once again, I got on here. NATO admitted it's at war with Russia. Medvedev, that's the head of the Security Council and pretty much the vice president, right next to Vladimir Putin. So this is the guy that's been talking about nuking the United States and everything. Like I said, it's already in Putin's head because it's in his whole camp's head right now, and he already then threatened to use all means of the Russian military. He even got the most brutal general running the operations right now. NATO vows united response to Russia attack on key Ukraine infrastructure. What the hell does that mean? Don't forget some of this. Took out the electricity from Ukraine to Poland. Russia is shipping Iranian kamikaze drones to Belarus. I hate to have to do it this way. Lukashenko claims that Ukraine is planning to start a war with Belarus. Belarus is moving weapons and armors to the border of Ukraine. I told you, my TikTok live is about to go wild. They're probably fighting out there. Great. Every time I'm on live, something happens out here. U.S. could assassinate Vladimir Putin if Russia decides to use its nuclear weapons. Oh, here it is. Target NATO defense ministers with a Satan II hypersonic missile. Putin's TV propaganda demand. This is the one I was talking about with the hypersonic missiles that they're talking about attack using on NATO. Don't forget they talk about the satellites too. All right. I still can't find the one with Belarus. I know I saved that one because you said they were planning to attack Belarus. That's the one I'm looking for. I must that must have been way after. Biden's broken promise to avoid war with Russia may kill us all. That's all this shit that's coming out, man. I'm like, man, I'm reading into all this. Russia's missile attack sparked nuclear war. Russia can't win. Russia's missile attack sparked nuclear war. Fears. Hold on. Anyways, I would just I'll probably find it on my TikTok thing. That's what I get for not going live last night. That's the one I found last night. Bro, I wish I could. Oh man, I'm surprised it won't pop up on DuckDuckGo. I thought it would at least pop up on there. Oh, maybe if I put Luka Shika, because he's the one that said it. I really want to find that one because I don't want people thinking I'm spreading anything false. And that one is a serious one. Lukashenko deploys joint. No. Claiming Ukraine is planning an attack on Belarus leader is forming joint. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why that one is not popping up. Strike from Belarus after Lukashenko warns of attack. Ukraine reports strikes from Belarus after Lukashenko. I didn't even know about that one. Wow. And it's gonna be more because he's deployed with Putin. Belarus, Russia will think of a response to Poland's nuclear threats. Let me see this one. Maybe it's this one, and this one was probably like a later one. Belarus and Russia will think about how to respond to the threat of Poland's possible hosting of nuclear weapons. Oh no, they already did that because that's why they deployed all the troops on Poland's border and Ukraine's border. Yeah, they already did that response. So that one's old. But it was talking about the new one that they were planning a nuclear attack on Belarus and Russia, and that's why I was like, hold on. I know that they were planning something for Belarus if they step into the war, but why Russia? That would be Armageddon. That's something they got to tell us. Which don't Biden got to go through the Congress and Senate? Oh wait, he already did. He already did at the beginning of this year. It's alright. I'll find it and put it on the TikTok one. I don't want to make this live any more boring. Trying to look this up, man. Oh man. Well, yeah, we're definitely in wild times, guys. This is getting insane. Let me see if there's anything new with Russia before I get off, and China, and then we can let me see if there's anything new. EU warns Turkey on ties with Russia ahead of Erdogan Putin meeting. Yeah, we already know Turkey's about to pick Putin's side, most likely. More than likely, if it especially if Putin say, "Yeah, we'll end the war if you just help us out with this special operation." Okay. Huh. What that say? Biden admits inflation is a national and global threat and new national security strategy promising to compete with China and constrain dangerous Russia. The president made it clear that despite Russia's nuclear threats, he is more concerned about China in the long term. Russia poses an immediate threat to the free and open international system, he said. The PRC, by contrast, is only a competitor in both the intent and reshape the international order. Biden declared the post-war, a Cold War era definitely over and ticked off a laundry list of global issues that trigger national security threats. He cited inflation, climate change, disease, energy shortages, and terrorism. The United States will not allow Russia or any power to achieve its objectives through using or threatening the use of nuclear weapons. He did not go into detail about the consequences he would impose for Putin's nuclear threats. Well, the NATO director said that for you guys. He already said if Russia used nuclear weapons, it will be a physical response. So it will be the United States or Poland or one of these countries hitting Russia infrastructure, just like the former CIA member said. It'll be all the infrastructure in Ukraine, hit all the Russia stuff in the Black Sea. NATO will wipe Russia off if they ever use nukes in Ukraine. That's a natural disaster. And if that radiation goes into NATO, that's Article 5 anyway. So why wait? They will immediately start to hit Russia. So that means we might not even know if Russia dropped a nuke in Ukraine because these guys might already be at full blown war by that time. Scary to think about that these politicians are literally talking about a major war with Russia. I know Tusi, she left the Democratic Party today because she said, or yesterday, because she said it about the threats, the division, the police, the threats of nuclear war and Armageddon and all that. She was like, I just can't. No, she left. She dipped. So when their own party is dipping out on them, and she's a smart girl. That girl's smart. I'm glad she's doing what she can to warn the people about what's going on. Okay, so Germany said no. Yeah, NATO's ready. NATO's ready. Germany flatly rejects Putin's offer to renew energy exports. Germany says Russia has proven itself to be an unreliable energy supplier. Okay, so yeah, Germany's not going on it. They're like, hell no, bro. You just cut the energy to us, and you're getting blamed for sabotage on our pipeline. I'm cool. G7 MIF or IMF vowed to support Ukraine after Russian strikes. No one could see all this happening. My high school friends are still partying it up and decided to cut them off. Well, some people are. That's the way they cope. You can't judge some people's coping because some people don't know how to handle this. This will psychologically break them down. Some just like not everybody can report news because some news will drive people crazy. If they truly knew what was coming and understand the grasp of what could happen, they would turn crazy in a heartbeat. So yeah, some people go to drinking, some people go to smoking, some people use drugs. Everybody has a different way of coping. Of with it. Some people, go to God. Some people don't. They go to Satan. There's a lot of different views. It's fucked up. It's a messed up world. It's a really messed up world. But yeah, once it happens, I mean, it's nothing you could do. You're going to see the flashes and you're gone. Yeah, that's okay for an adult. The 160 potassium iodide, but I'm wondering why they're only telling people 40 and under to be taking these. Almost like they want all the old people wiped out. I seen Finland put an age on it. They said 40 and under should be taking these. Up to 3 years old. So 3 years old up to 40 years old is the only ones that could take it. That's what Finland's saying. I'm not saying that for us. Oh, Google just approved True Social Network. Hmm. What's the dose for children? I believe like 65 and less. There's probably even smaller ones for like babies and toddlers, but well, 3 years old. You don't want anything under that. I don't know what the Oh, I guess we could look that up, huh? If you have a baby like newborn status or 1 or 2. There we go. Okay. Oh, they got iodine drops, but that's for adults. That's 130 milligrams. Holy shit. I'm pretty sure they have a smaller dosage for kids. Yeah, they got a kids pack right here. Yeah, they have a little kids pack right here. $10 to $39. That's not bad. 65 milligrams. Yeah, I guess that's as low as it goes. It probably has to be strong to keep the radiation out from the thyroid. But it looks like that's as low as it go. So I guess be your own judgment and just be careful. But dang. He said, I don't want to die. Oh, man. Instruction for kids. Do not take more than one dose in 24 hours. Let's see. Let's see what the New York government, no, New Jersey, my bad, New Jersey instructions are for kids. So 1 month, so 1 month to 3 years, 4 teaspoons of 32.5 milligrams for iodine or iodine, potassium iodide, and babies at birth to 1 month, 2 teaspoons of 16.5 or 25 milligrams. There we go. That's better. Now we got a whole age group. Children over 12 years to 18 years old who weigh less than 150 pounds, one whole tablet or crushed, or a teaspoon or 8 teaspoons of 65 milligrams. And people over that would be 130 milligrams. Thanks for looking this up, Jay. Of course, of course. I'll do anything for you guys, man. I really care and love you guys. And I'm learning from this as well. Now I know how to take care of my son, if worst comes to worst. I love learning new things, and I never claim to know it all. I look up information every day to make sure I'm accurate. I make sure there's different sources and different things uh, that goes in. So all you need is one dose. Yes, yes. You don't want to take more than one. You don't want to take more than one, especially if you got like 130 milligrams. I can see if you have 65 milligrams. I think I don't want to. I don't want to say without looking it up. But I think if you have like maybe 65 milligrams, because the average adult's supposed to take 130 for it to work. Day one, because NATO is already threatening to use Article 5 on whoever did the pipeline sabotage, and Russia already said that NATO admitted to being in the war. So yeah, definitely know that they're at this point, in my eyes, fighting. And then a lot of politicians, a lot of you know presidents and stuff. Yeah, I think they're already fighting. We're about to see some another explosion on somebody's infrastructure. Y'all see the leak in Poland right now. Um, Everybody's handing out iodide pills. They're all giving out instructions to the residents. They're all giving out warnings to Russia and giving out apocalyptic warnings. Biden putting out the Armageddon warning. Russia putting out that they would do whatever to protect their land. It's just, yeah, it's definitely in that territory. And Biden saying the Cold War era is over. I wonder what you mean by that. You mean the old ways when we actually avoided the Cold War? I don't think we're going to avoid this one. I think this one's about to turn hot really fast. And that showed North Korea is flying 150 planes in a rare large scale drill. Defense minister talks with NATO allies about strengthening Latvian battle group. Oh, I bet. I know Putin's about to make a move somewhere else. Russian nuclear strike will likely trigger a physical response by NATO. Patriots suggested as possible air defense systems from Ukraine by top U.S. general. What? The Patriot defense system? Oh no! I don't know if Russia gonna go with that, because can't that put radar up into Russia's territory? Won't the radar expand into Russia's territory with those ones? Those are advanced missile systems. Oh, and they said that we can be a recession by the next 6 months. That the United States can be a recession. Our economy can go into recession standards in the next 6 months. So they're already talking. Oh wait, not recession, depression. Depression. They're already on the recession start. Yeah, they said global depression. That's what it was. All right. Patriot suggested as possible air defense system for Ukraine by top U.S. general. The United States and its allies are working faster to provide integrated air defense systems for Ukraine after Russia bombarded its cities. Go down. Patriot surface to air missiles batteries were on the list of air defense systems mentioned Wednesday by the chairman of Joint Chiefs that could help Ukraine in its ongoing battle against Russia. Speaking to reporters in Brussels about what the International Defense Contact Group is doing to improve Ukraine's air defenses in wake of deadly missiles and drone barrage earlier this week. Yeah, I wonder what are you guys doing? Yeah, y'all about to give them that good stuff, huh? It's not like they got enough money. Next, they'll be giving Americans food and water. Now, wouldn't that suck? As our rent is going up here, our country's going to shiz, and it's just getting crazy. Oh, I have another thing on here talking about. I wonder if it's gonna pop up on here. Let me put it in here. I'm about to put Cuban Missile. They keep talking about ties are worse than the Cuban Missile Crisis because that's where everybody compares it to the Cold War. Like, oh yeah, this it hasn't been this bad since the Cold War. It hasn't been this horrible since the Cold War. Like, nah, bro, it's worse than the Cold War. It's worse than the Cuban Missile Crisis. Yeah, here it is. The nuclear threat may be graver now than the Cuban Missile Crisis. Armageddon looms again. After 60 years after the Cuban Missile Crisis, Armageddon looms again on October 11th. All these is coming out, and people have no idea. They just laugh it off. I always read through these and see different opinions because some of these be former Senate members or some of these be officials saying these remarks, but they be literally talking about how close we are to nuclear Armageddon. Like we're really close, guys. People they don't do this for the fun of it. Everything that's happening right now, they don't do this for the fun of it. We got way too many nuclear holders now. It would have been okay if it was just the United States and Russia again. Because I think they probably would have calmed it down and be like, all right, yeah. But no. The Cuban Missile Crisis wasn't even the worst one. It just got the most attention. Yeah, hell yeah. More dangerous than the Cuban Missile Crisis. Joe Biden compares the current nuclear risk to the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. I mean, people just need to wake up because the politicians are telling you they can't compare it to nothing else. The biggest buildup since World War II, the biggest war drills on record, doing all these flexing and showcase of conventional and nuclear weapons. Now they're worried that Russia's about to do a detonation of a nuclear weapon in the Arctic from their new Poseidon submarine, which is their nuclear torpedo. So they got all this on the table, guys. All of this is on the table. They are not playing, guys. This is about to get crazy really fast. Pay attention, stay aware, stay prepared. I got a lot more that I got to put on TikTok, but I got to make sure now that I got all the articles for that because there was some that I was missing. So if I do find those articles again, I will take a picture of those. And all videos I put on TikTok today, I will put on YouTube. But I wanted to go and show you guys how bad the atmosphere is today. It's very bad. The language that they're sparing to each other is going to be crazy to see how this is about to go forward. Because there might be some cloudy days ahead and we might have a horrible winter. Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing. Damn, I almost hopped out of here without talking about the crazy part. I told you guys Ukraine is done, right? Something's approaching and it's about to go in Russia's favor. And I'm talking about the whole war in Europe. It's about to be winter. And if Russia starts going after infrastructure and trying to shut off the power everywhere, it's going to be bad for Ukraine, for all of for most of Europe. Well, all of Europe actually, because they're already out of energy. So this winter, when they're warning of a dark winter, I think this is going to be the rise of Russia right now. Sadly, I think that's what this is going to be. Russia's trying to stall it. NATO might try to ignite it before winter. We still got the November 8th elections that we need to get passed. And since Democrats are leaving, I'm expecting Republicans are favored to take over, I think. I'm just going to put it as I think because I got to be as unbiased as possible. And I think that after that, or maybe before that, I say before December, we're going to see something happen with Russia. Possibly in December. It could be in December. It could be before December. But it'll be before the Republicans fully take over the House and Senate. I think we're going to go into a war. Because then Biden knows that his camp will be out of office. I think he knows that they'll be investigated like they did on Trump. I think they're going to start investigating the Democrats. And it's just going to be the new race of elections. It's crazy to think about, but it's also going to cause a civil unrest here in the United States, and people will finally wake up because once we're outside and off the TV and Kim Kardashians and bullshit, then people start to wake up. So I hope you guys are mentally prepared for a doomsday scenario because it looks like we're about to be in a scenario where this could be the extinction of humans. Our last stand, guys. Our last stand. I'm gonna start trying to look up shelters and stuff in the area. I'm gonna hop on that and look at different areas and see, where different shelters are for people. And I mean like Cold War fallout shelters or new fallout shelters, maybe for a public, or some that's for sale. Maybe some people on here are made of money and you can afford those. I don't know. I've just put the options out there, just so y'all know where some are. But anyways, remember to go to rule, love, unity, and peaceful life. Thank you for coming through. I will probably be live on TikTok around 5. What time is it? 4:45. 5:45 or 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So check me out there. Show love to the channel. Yeah. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.